What's up guys, Riley here from RP Productions, and today I'm going to be reviewing this 2013 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. This car is 100% factory bone stock, producing 580 horsepower and 556 pound-feet of torque. Now all of that power comes from that mighty 6.2 liter V8 up front with an LSA Supercharger strapped right on top, so this is definitely going to be a pure recipe for fun. Now this is the 6-speed automatic version. I'll be interested to see how well that does. Not sure if I was going to get this, if I would get it in the auto or manual, so we'll have to test that out when driving it. But man, just the overall exterior looks on this car are just absolutely gorgeous. That front end is extremely menacing here in that ashen gray metallic color. Up here on the hood, we got real carbon fiber weave, which looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, there you go. You can get a pretty good view of it right there. I mean, man, this car is just absolutely stunning. The stock wheel and tire setup on this bad boy, we have 285 width tires up here in front on 20x10 wheels. And then out here out back, we have 20x11 wheels with 305s. Also on all four corners, you do have nice Brembo brakes. I believe there's 6-piston here up front and 4-piston out back, but it could be 4 pistons all the way around. But you know, when you see that Brembo sign, you're in for some good stopping power. And I definitely don't think I'll have an issue stopping in this car. Coming out back, you get to see that nice spoiler with the quad exhaust tips. I mean, it definitely lets you know that this car means business. And when you step inside, you definitely know you're about to go really fast. So this car is owned by my good friend Big B15. This is his new toy. He is the one that let me review his 2015 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack and ultimately convinced me to buy a Scat Pack. So let's see after reviewing this if he can convince me to buy a Camaro ZL1. Before we get started with the driving portion of this video, I want to show off this beautiful interior that is accented with Alcantara and leather pretty much all over the place. It's a super clean interior. It's all functional. Right there you can see the kind of flat bottom steering wheel here on the ZL1, speedometer that goes all the way up to 200 miles per hour. The interior also greets you with this nice navigation screen and a few gauges below to tell you all the information you need to know about your car while driving. Backseat room in this car, as you can see, is not very much, so really good luck trying to fit anybody back here, but it can be useful if you absolutely need to, but definitely wouldn't want to spend a long time in that back seat. Trunk space in this car is also pretty horrible. That's always been one of my #1 complaints about Camaros, is how small their trunks are and also the poor visibility. So if you're going to buy one of these cars, just know you're not going to be able to fit a ton of stuff in it. All right guys, enough talking about it. Let's go ahead, start her up, see how she sounds, and take her for a drive. All right guys, well, here we go, off in the 2013 Camaro ZL1. This is going to be a fun one. I've been wanting to drive one of these cars for quite a while now. Thankfully, I finally have the chance. I'm excited. So my first impressions of the ZL1, right off the bat, as soon as you sit down, you're greeted to these super soft seats. You just kind of sink into them. They're like a nice soft suede material. My Scat Pack has very firm suede seats. This is very soft. So you just you're hugged in a cloud when you sit in these, which is really cool. Also, the seats hold you in pretty well when you're, moving around in them. So that's nice to see. Second thing you notice sitting in this car is that nice heads-up display that's right in front of your face. That's so nice having those in Camaros. I mean, every Camaro Corvette is like that, and I always appreciate that. So good job, Chevy. All right, guys, let's go ahead and floor it from 35, see how it is. Woo! Yeah, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. And here we go again. It's a really clean pull. Like, it's just very gradual. It's just like you're going really fast when you look down at the speedometer, but it's not like, I guess it probably has to do with the transmission being a 6-speed automatic. The gears are a lot longer, whereas most modern cars now are kind of switching more towards 8 speed. So it's just like you're constantly just, banging off the rev limiter, shifting gears really fast. This is more just like, okay, fast, okay, fast. and it's a weird feeling it gives you, but damn, the pull is so strong everywhere in the RPM band. It's super consistent. There's power everywhere. I love supercharged engines. It's just so much fun hearing that whine, and man, that's a consistent, very strong pull. I really wonder how fast this thing is compared to my Scat Pack if you line them up next to each other and see what's faster. Because the paper times on this car, it's like right around 4 seconds, 0 to 60, low 12-second quarter mile times, and that's pretty close to where a stock Scat Pack is. So they are really close. I would just be really interested to see how close, but it feels, you know, from my perspective, it feels really close. But yeah, I could have a lot of fun with that. That's fun. Now the steering on this car, it's actually a lot lighter than I was expecting it to be. You know, for a more track-oriented car, I thought it'd be a little bit more stiff. I have it in sport mode, and I mean, it's really predictable. It's very responsive, but it has a little bit of play when you're just kind of cruising. But it's really easy to just drive this car. You're comfortable. It's a really good cruiser, and I think that Chevy really did a good job with these, and now with the new ZL1s coming out, I can only imagine how those drive. I've seen the lap times those put down. They're just unbelievable. They're hanging around where, you know, $200,000 cars are, and that's just incredible for the time we're living in to buy a car. I think those new ZL1s are, we'll just throw out a number, $50,000 to be hanging out with cars that are 4 times that price. That's just incredible. This car back in 2013 had a $62,000 price tag. Nowadays, it's probably worth about $40,000. And you know, picking these things up used, lightly used, for 40 grand, it's incredible deals nowadays. I mean, that's why the used car market, you can, if you know where to look, you can find some super good deals on cars. For $40,000 now, there's not much out there that's better in terms of what this car is meant for. I really enjoy it. All right, boys, let's go ahead, try these paddles out. We'll try to do a slow speed roll in first gear. Traction control ruined my fun, damn it. Here's a second gear pull from 40 miles per hour. Jeez. Yeah, that's fast. That's fast. Oh, I like this a lot. Visibility in this car, yeah, it is pretty small. I mean, you have pretty good forward visibility. Side visibility is fine. The problem is when you're trying to switch lanes, the blind spots in these cars. That's like my biggest complaint. Out the back, it's pretty small, but you can see. So, you know, it's something you could daily drive this car and it wouldn't be an issue, but you do have to get used to it, and you also have to double check yourself. This car does not have blind spot monitoring, so that's another just extra step while driving is, you know, double check, make sure nobody's there. But really, I don't think it'd be a huge issue living with the car. But visibility is really not that bad. Well, in conclusion, guys, if you're looking for a relatively inexpensive track car that's fast, that would handle nicely, this is a really good place to look. I really enjoy driving this car. It's definitely quick. I mean, it's quick on paper, it's quick in person, trust me. The car has been handling phenomenally. The power comes on strong. It's really easy to drive. The seats are super comfortable. It makes for a really nice driving experience. Overall, this is definitely up there in terms of top vehicles I have ever reviewed. I really do like this car, guys. It's quite fun. Is it better than a Scat Pack? I don't know. That's kind of one of those in the eye of the beholder things. Would I get this over my Scat Pack? Probably not, but definitely a good alternative to a Scat Pack if you're going to cross shop the two, which a lot of people probably will. It's definitely a good option. You know, the brakes are really good in this car, but they're not as sensitive as I was expecting them to be. You have to kind of push them a little bit harder than normal Brimbos to get some pedal response out of them. You know, you really have to step on it quite a bit, but once you do step on it, they bite hard. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. As always, go check out the owner of this vehicle. Find him on Instagram, BigB15. Also, he's got a YouTube channel, Big B TV. Go check out all of his videos. He'll be posting a bunch of stuff up with this car. He's, I'm sure, going to modify it a whole bunch. Who knows what he's going to do. But go follow his build. This is like the very beginning. He's still got paper tags on this thing. He's had it for 3 days, and he gave me the opportunity to review it. So I want to give a huge shout out to him. I really appreciate it, man. But guys, go check him out. Definitely look into these cars if you are considering buying one. It's definitely worth looking at. These are a lot of fun. It would be very interesting to see how the 6-speed manual does as compared to the 6-speed automatic. I don't know if I'd have more fun or less fun. I don't know, I have to drive it. But I assume it'd be more fun just because manual's fun. But yeah, the auto is definitely enough to have some fun with. So thank you guys for watching this video. I will see y'all in the next one. Take it easy. On a side note, you guys want to see something really horrible about this car? This backup camera looks like it's a toaster. Like, there's no color. It looks like it's black and white. The camera's doing it way more justice than it looks like in person. But this is probably the worst backup camera I've ever seen. So, Chevy, you made a great car. Come on, throw a good backup camera on this thing.